You better be as excited to see every single one of us.
I'm always excited.
Yes.
I could tell.
Who you been yelling at? Who's your voice over there? Come here. You won't be yelling at me.
Did you hear at graduation? I mean,
She's embarrassed us. All right. We got lots of roll calls on the so good. Go. Maybe I can call a roll call.
I will. One absent. Oh, I get to say one absent.
You're on, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's call to order, 7 o'clock. Station pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Should we wait for the steps?
It's their anniversary.
Oh, is
She
it?
said you would be here.
Oh, okay.
All righty, roll call, Mrs. Ackerman. Mr. Dill. Absent. Mrs. Forsythe.
Here.
Mrs. Martin.
Here.
Mr. Shaver. Here. Mr. Stormberger.
Here.
And Mr. Osborne is here. Mr. Cole.
Excellent.
Dr. Wright. Here. Dr. Kryla.
Here.
Mr. Hoagboom.
Here.
Mrs. Lindstrom.
Here.
Dr. Munger. Mr. Tillman. Here. Mr. Wenzel. Here. All right. This is a reminder to our visitors that this is a meeting of the Board of Education public for the purpose of conducting school district business. It's not to be considered a public meeting. There's time for public participation during this meeting. Any changes to the agenda?
Nope.
No changes. All right, education presentation. Tiffany Haynes, update on the summer food program. Welcome. Back, I should say.
So this is our flyer that went out a couple weeks ago. So it's on our Facebook page. We are, as of, let's see, today, I checked our response. I think we're hit at 226 so far. So we've got 2 weeks to go until our first distribution. And we're kind of working in collaboration with the shack. We kind of pushed our hours back a little bit this time. So, well, yeah. So we're going 4 to 5:30. Let me try to pull that thing up here. So we have 11 distributions. We need to not do the last week just before school because we have to get all of that stuff cleared out and then get ready to start school back up again. So I love the response. I mean, people have been great, really positive. So I have 3 full-time staff members that are going to work, and then we have a couple from the elementary here that are going to come work on Thursdays to pass out. And then we have 2 to 3 people that come from a group in Hastings and that will cover. So I think we're great with staff, which is wonderful. So I just put in our first order for food, which is a lot of food. So I anticipate we're going to hopefully, maybe not the first week, but probably within the first or second week, maybe hit at least 400 just bags. So last year, I think our highest number was around 380 to 85. So I anticipated growing again this year. So that's the summer program. I don't really have a ton to say beyond that. I'm just really happy about where we're at with it. Obviously to be staffed is awesome and everybody's really excited about this. So we'll do everything up at the high school. It's air conditioned up there. And we've got Jim and Jason to help bring the food off the loading docks this year. We're going to try something a little different and handle things less because the food weighs a ton. So yeah, I mean, does anybody have questions about the program or?
I think that's great. Appreciate all the work we've done on it. So.
I think just a stack, so it's 7 breakfasts and 7 lunches for each one of those.
So they get a majority of the food comes in frozen. We try to use prepackaged stuff. So they get typically, each kid gets 3 bags. They're getting a bag of the frozen stuff, which is most of the food. We'll do I'll pull as much fresh fruit, vegetables, local stuff as I can. I'm working with Valley Hub, so if not the first week, the second week, we'll do Michigan fresh strawberries. We'll try to do as much produce as we can to get it in the summertime. And then they get fresh milk, some people want. So when the kids in the family signed up, they come in here, they list their name, and then we also did this just to kind of help with the distribution of milk. Do you want all fresh? Do you want part shelf-stable milks, or, it's all fresh? And then I feel like this has gone really well. People signed up like immediately, which is fantastic. So I feel like we're in a great spot here. The only other thing I just wanted to say, we just wrapped up last Thursday our fresh fruit and vegetable program. That was the first year we received a grant for it. It was $20,300. And we spent every penny of it. So these kids ate a lot of fruit and vegetables. It has to all be fresh. We tried to pull as much as we could from Valley Hub, which would be local foods. And we did a lot of apples from Gavin Orchard, which is kind of northeast of Grand Rapids, which is still considered local. Actually the grant just opened up again today in our Nexus program, so we'll reapply for it to get in, hopefully we get it again, which would be fantastic. And it's a competitive grant, so the most important thing is that you qualify. They give the amounts of money, and actually, to be honest with you, the middle school was on there this year, so they kind of give an award amount, the max amount that each school would receive based on numbers, and it's probably based on 1 to 2 years back. So the middle school was on there, so we may look into see if that's something you guys are interested in doing, but I'll have to maybe next time in the fall. So the grant, you sign up for the grant, and then this award year for this runs October 1st through September 30th. So it's a little odd to deal with that, but we should know maybe in late August, early September if we got the grant again. So I was pretty happy, and the teachers, I would say this building did an amazing job, and the staff was incredible, and it gave some of my staff extra hours, which was great, and just the team, from bringing the produce into here, to prepping it, to coolers, to moving it, it just was pretty seamless, so I'm pretty proud of my team for that. So, anyways, that's all I have to say.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
And it brings people from outside of Delton. I was thinking if there was any way we had a signage or anything up at the high school, I think we should take advantage of it, because people ask about it all the time at the shack, and it's not just Delton, so.
Good opportunities.
Yep.
All right, B for Daryl Wenzel, presenting the Grow with Google partnership. Welcome, Daryl.
Thank you. Let's go.
You want Andy's help presenting this, or?
You didn't say no.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. All right, so I finally get to talk to you guys. In my field, it is very rare that I get to do something like this. A lot of the things that I do for cybersecurity reasons have to be, kept secret, not secret. But this is something that I can actually kind of advertise. This is something that I got us signed up for. We got approved, and we already have people signed up. This is called the Grow with Google Professional Certificates. Basically, what this is it's a partnership with Google where they give us licenses, free licenses, for both all staff and students. Right now, I've got it earmarked for 8th grade and above, just for, commitment, but gives them free Coursera account. This gives them the ability to actually do professional level certificates, and for, students graduate with a professional level certificate, before they even get out of high school. So what these are self-paced online things. And there's what, 300 courses that you can take. There's different, examples of different pathways that you can go down. There's very beginner-friendly, but this will actually, once you complete, a course, you actually get a real certificate. These are things that you can put in your portfolio, use them for, job interviews, stuff like that. I myself am actually a product of this before this was even a thing. So myself, I actually will show you. Myself, I actually hold 2 certifications from Coursera, using, something very similar to this program. Now, there's different things that, you can do. This will strengthen resumes. These are, you learn different job skills, and it's not just tech, although it's very tech-centered. There are things in there for like business administration, management. Honestly, the biggest thing that I like about this is that, when it comes to our staff actually using this kind of solves a little bit of an equation for me and what I do, gets them kind of trained in technology so that they know the things that I know, kind of helps them, learn everything that, don't click on that email.
The shared language, they help you know what you're saying.
Yeah. Now, the biggest thing with these kind of certifications is that to get into IT in general, it's not necessary that you have a degree. A lot of this kind of, a lot of stuff within my world, you can get into tech just by, on-the-job training, or even if you don't have a whole lot of money to go to college, you can test out, do stuff like this. And it, kind of opens pathways for, both of our staff and students, to get higher pay, $100,000 for an information security analyst. So, if you guys want to give me a raise, it's pretty cool too. Now, again, it's not all just tech, digital marketing, project management. I've actually, so right now we've got 20 signups so far. And what I'm really kind of asking everyone to do collectively is to really push this program. We have like 500 licenses at our disposal. So if everybody wants to do it, they can. Now, what this kind of means for us as a school district, what other school district is offering a program like this, completely and entirely free? All they've got to do is, and I've sent out 2 different emails. I've sent out one to students and I've sent out one to staff. There's 2 different sign-in sheets. Students, they just fill out a form, fill out what they're interested in, and they can actually go right here. So this is what I've actually sent out to everybody. These are the different courses that you can actually take. So you've got your main kind of, track, and then there's little sub-tracks underneath each thing. And kind of how it works is they research what they want to do, complete the course, and they can do as many courses as they want to. This is both for staff and students. So if you've got staff that are hey, I'm just looking to kind of really pad the toolbox, it's all self-paced. One of my certificates, I did it in 4 hours. So a couple of them are longer ones. Kind of like to try and get people to complete them, at least one within 6 months. But if you do hit the 6-month mark, I can extend the date on that. And then kind of implementation, feel free to promote this on Facebook, feel free to promote this word of mouth, social media, anywhere, honestly, website. Right now, I've just through the district email, but until I was able to present this, but. And then, this is good, this is good for the district. This is something that we can advertise that, hey, we're just a step above the guy down the road. We can actually say, hey, we've got students graduating that are already ready to hit the ground running. We've got, empowering our staff to not only do better at their jobs, but, help them career-wise if they want to, move up or, become a tech coordinator themselves. That is it. Any questions?
I think, a lot of this, especially as we get further into this, I think a lot of staff could benefit from that. It's all these companies and school and everybody are all tied in with all these software companies and systems. And, is there really any formal training on a lot of that? I know you are running butt off trying to keep up with all the advances every year and the changes and different things that are implemented, but in general, it's just working towards that and learning about it. Even where I'm at as a web, it's hard to find data analysts and that kind of stuff that can sit there and go through the data and make reports from that and know how to do those spreadsheets and where to go with them and how to send them and attach them. It's for even interviewing and stuff like that. We've had some where we've interviewed people and they couldn't figure out how to attach a resume to when the application process because it's all great.
It's great for basic skills too, there is an IT, basics skills, one that kind of teaches about, Google Sheets and Google Docs and, email, just kind of how to do all of that stuff. And there are advanced courses in here too, where, you can learn Python, scripting, cybersecurity is a big one. There's a lot of cybersecurity in here. I'm actually about a quarter of the way through one of those. And they're, the more advanced ones, they're tough.
There's no 4-hour class.
Yeah, it's a commitment. It's definitely a commitment. So if you have people that want to sign up, just kind of let them know, hey, actually do this. It's worth it.
And there's a lot more jobs that are tied to that type of stuff and people realize that are also part of CTE and the trades. You can have very good careers from that type of stuff.
So this is just for staff, because I feel bad, because teachers, at least during the school year, probably pretty maxed out time-wise. But, all staff, so just
Teachers, custodians.
Now, do you think it would be opened up? I was gonna say, I think, because I saw one on marketing and stuff, where we're talking about that. I think that would be kind of a cool one to take. Are we talking that if there wasn't enough interest, that we would open it up to maybe, I don't know, like the pie group or different?
So it has to be anybody
On
staff or enrolled as a student.
Got it,
So they
okay.
have to have an FPKschools.org email. But
Is our partnership renewable?
yes, so this is as long as we want to do it. We can just keep renewing it every year. They like to have at least 30 people in it consistently.
We have 20.
Every month, we're close right now. They kind of give away a little bit, the first month, just because you're trying to get it up and going, but, it's a great program.
Secretary, whatever, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Daryl.
Thank you.
Every single one.
Good things. Any comments from trustees? Any positives? Graduation went well.
Yep,
Very good job.
flawless, some might say,
Thank you.
right, Andy?
Can't do it.
Flawless, absolutely. I agree. Superintendent, good things?
Yeah, I have a couple from that, but yes, graduation was great. Thank you guys for all letting me deal with my crazy week. It's good to be back for at least the time being, I guess, until I have to take off again. But But here are the good things at DK. Sandy Bedolan did such an outstanding job today with holding the students back due to the weather. She never skipped a beat, even with all the interruptions. The kids were all calm and at ease. You are such an amazing teacher, from Katie Levesque. Margaret Martin for prepping our students to play taps at Mackinac. She has ears of steel listening to all those recorders. Thank you to the 5th grade teachers and to Michelle Rhoda for welcoming the 4th graders with a tour of the middle school. This makes the transition a bit easier from the 4th grade team. I also want to thank Ms. Lindstrom for everything she has poured into the elementary school. She is doing great things at the high school. They are so lucky to have her. Thanks for all you do and always being there for me. You will be missed. From Jenna Landa to Sally Williams from Cindy Easta. What an amazing and dedicated educator you are. Thank you for always advocating for your students. Thank you also for the wonderful coffee cart each week. The staff always looks forward to what you whip up. Another one from Cindy to Mark Carlson. Thank you for your years of dedication and inspiration. You have helped generations of students and fellow educators grow and shine. We will miss the calm support to everyone around you. Another from Ms. Eastep. To Lisa Ludwig, you inspire those around you, no matter whether we are talking about curriculum or social emotional needs. You are a wealth of knowledge and inspiration. Thank you for your bright smile and encouraging words. You are truly an amazing educator. From Laura Hufford to Chris Van Hoos. Chris Van Hoos, thank you for putting in the countless hours you devoted to making decision day process enjoyable for our senior class, for his dedication to the student scheduling process and the relationships he continues to build with the students in the guidance office. Another one from Laura, another couple from Laura. Tiffany Bieber, Jen Sinclair, thank you for keeping the front office running smoothly and efficiently. You've done an amazing job collecting student fees, selling prom and DK TAG tickets, organizing the senior tribute assembly, and prepping for graduation. The month of May is a lot in high school, and as they continue to serve the school and the community with skill, creativity, and a smile. Anna Brockhorst and the yearbook students for creating the senior tribute video. This is always a very special memory for our seniors. Anna and the student council have also devoted countless hours to providing fun assemblies and activities for our student body. Homecoming, Winterfest, and other events take time and dedication, and Anna's leadership is outstanding. Shannon Bells, thank you, Shannon. Shannon is always willing to step up and jump in wherever she is needed, whether she's helping students, supporting staff, or letting an extra hand around the school. She does it all with a smile. Her positive attitude and uplifting energy will make a difference every day, and she's truly a bright spot in our hallways. We are so grateful for all she does for our students, staff, and community for Center Cast to meet them. Another one is to Shauna. Shauna is always willing to step in and help wherever she is needed. She consistently goes above and beyond, always doing what is asked of her, while keeping what is best for the students and at the center of everything she does. Her kindness, reliability, and dedication make a positive impact on our school each day. So those are good things.
Awesome, very good. Moving on to information and discussion items.
Sorry, I think I came down with a little bit of a cold this past week, or allergies, one of the two. But the DPPD plan that is in your packets, I wanted to take a minute and kind of talk about it. Part of the teacher contract that we just kind of wrapped up has included 7 additional half days, which will allow for 3 hours each time to work with our teachers and get them more professional development time. So that will be invaluable with that. What we're looking at doing is continuing the Capturing Kids' Hearts training. And that would be on June 25th and 26th, they're going to do the Coaching Greatness. On August 25th, we're doing, or August 26th, sorry. Man, I'm sorry. We have the Capturing Kids' Hearts Part 2, where all the teachers will be there. We're going to do a district kickoff day. We're bringing in a special speaker for the kickoff, and that will be in the morning, and then the afternoon will be in the buildings. Then throughout the year, we're going to be working in small teams within our group to continue working on the curriculum and doing PLC work, working in teams. And we have 2 dates where we are bringing in Stephanie Grant, who is a renowned speaker, and it's going to be, the ISD is actually paying for that part through the 31N grant. And she's going to be talking about how to reach and teach students that have gone through trauma. And as you know, we have a lot of trauma-bound students here. So she's an amazing speaker. I was at the Homeland Security Conference and she actually spoke there, blown away by her. So she's a treat and a wealth of knowledge that we're going to have here. And she really knows her stuff and is really top-notch on that. So that's kind of the whole year. You have it broken down in front of you, I hope, on the screen that kind of breaks down what each day will look like. And we'll have 38 hours that we can count towards school time, so we'll be at the max now, which is a good thing.
Excellent. Any questions for him?
And we had the team that you guys, as you recall, approved last meeting, and we met together as a group and kind of talked that through. And this is the work that we shared with them, and we all came agreement on that.
Perfect. Sounds good. Finance. We met with the ISD, Rich Franklin, had presented his budget proposal for the ISD, and went over that, which is in the packets to approve or go over. Discussed our monthly bills, and then discussed our negotiations that were ongoing in the finance side of that, so. Basic meeting for the month. Bond committee, you guys meet yesterday?
Tomorrow we're gonna meet, but lots going on here on campus. I'm sure most of you have noticed, bleachers came down last week, press box is gone. They've started the new foundation for the new press box on the east side of the field. And the footings have gone in for the new team room, the end zone there. And much of the site work is done in sanitary sewer and whatnot for the ag science park. There's a pad for the greenhouse now, and continuing work in the middle school, trying to get, classrooms organized and
Designs finished up.
all the different rooms and bathrooms and keep that moving forward. So, pretty exciting.
Lots of exciting things happening, so.
Is the bonds meeting tomorrow in person?
It's the online one.
Would it, I don't think I got a different kind of invite.
Or we go down to
That was probably
the
in
room, but it's on. So like we sit together down there, but it's on. Yeah.
Kathy, you got a different invite.
Thank you. I'll talk later.
All right, negotiations. Does anybody, do you want to go on that?
Yeah, well, we're gonna go into closed session today to kind of talk about what's been going on with the negotiations, but overall it's positive, and I would say we just finished up today, we're pretty darn close, so.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I would say we have a couple more things to iron out, and we'll go from there, and I'll share with you what we're looking at.
All right, sounds good. All right, moving on to school reports, elementary school.
So one thing I want to share an update, we did Capturing Kids' Hearts Process Champions training back in the middle of the year, and a few staff members from each building were a part of that. And the whole goal of that was to empower and give our staff members some tools to be leaders within the building, to start driving that practice and get Capturing Kids' Hearts in every classroom, because sometimes things die out just a little bit, and this helps keep it fresh. So their job is to help support the teachers, get the materials that they need to keep things fresh in the classroom, but also to help with staff relationship building and then activities for the kids too. So our Capturing Kids' Hearts Process Champions in my building are Jamie Simpson, Rachel Fleeser, Ben Mansell, and Julia Warner. And they've been meeting regularly and are starting to do some great planning for next year, which is fantastic, to get ahead of the game. One thing they did, they had a refrigerator donated, put it in the lounge, it's locked, when it's not in use, but insider snacks that like teachers can go buy and then they're available and then they'll use the money to restock it. And then also if there's extra money, they can use that for activities. So that's one thing that they're doing. And they've got a lot more things planned to make things really exciting for next year. So it'll be really great. Our intervention team was able to test every student K through 4 with a Fly diagnostics tool, which kind of gives us a little bit more information, data that we need, and it's gonna help drive instruction for summer school. We have 32 kids signed up right now, so we're extending that deadline. I'd like to see a few more. I had some parents reach out with kids who were invited have siblings. I said, yes, the siblings can come, absolutely. So we're gonna start pushing a little bit more, extending that invitation to more than just the students that fill up a little benchmark to make sure that we get more bodies here in the summer and keep that learning going. We have preschool graduation next Monday over at the park, so if that falls into your ability to get there and see that fun little graduation ceremony, is always super cute. Our color run is on Friday, should be a madhouse. I think there's going to be a fire truck there spraying water after they're sprayed with colors. So I don't know what that looks like for the rest of the day in the building, but it should be interesting. But the kids will have a great time. And then our year-end assembly is the last day of school that Mrs. Martin is putting together, like she always does, to send our 4th graders off with a bang. And that will be at 9:15. And the public is welcome. We'll open the doors at 9:05.
Awesome.
That's it.
And the color run is over.
We're doing the
Soccer
color
field.
across the street, yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you.
Middle school, Mr. Tillman.
She knows how all the stuff she's putting in place, she looks at me like, leaving the school.
Tag.
Yeah. Take notes.
So we have a lot of stuff going on in the middle school right now. So first, a big thank you to all the 8th grade parents, because we put on our 8th grade dance on the 15th. So I'll say the moms all come in and get the whole place looking nice and getting it ready to go. It was like a glow party and all of that. So the DJ was in there and they had a blast. So thank you to all of them. Last week, our 8th graders went up to DeVos Center for Michigan Career Quest, and it's always a great time. They just get to see all the different jobs that are available, and a lot of it is starting to tie into some of the opportunities we're going to be offering them here. So they just have a blast, and they represent us well, and we never have any issues. They're just out there meeting people, talking to people, and I got some feedback from our teachers that they were asking great questions to some of the employers and things like that. So, and it's Rich Franklin puts that on for us and gets us all connected with all of that. So thank you to him for that. On Friday, the high school hosted our 6th and 7th graders because they will be starting their day. Well, after you vote and say it's all right, but they'll be starting their days off in high school next year. So they got a little tour of what that's going to look like, where they need to go, and also got to go into the classrooms and talk to the teachers, got to see the machinery, and they're excited about the barn and all of that. So that was good for them to kind of put a little ease to them. Still got to sell the parents on that, but again, the kids liked all of that information. We just got done last week with our district testing, so our STAR assessment, so we are good on M-STEP and all our district testing. So next month I'll give you more data dig on that. But everybody's glad to be done with all the testing. I want to say thank you to the PTO for Teacher Appreciation Week. So they got people, like, the biggest thing and the coolest thing I thought was on Friday when they did the book. Like they wrapped up all the books, put all the things, and people could go in there and just pick a book based off of a kind of little summary of what it was without telling them what it was. They had like ratings on them and all that stuff. So it was really, really awesome. Just all the things they do for our teachers. And again, in advance, thank you for getting them messy and wet on Friday during the color run. My teachers love that and love the idea of them coming back after all of that. So, but we'll have a good time. Our 6th grade is going to Chicago tomorrow morning. They'll be there for the day. And then on Thursday, our 7th and 8th graders are headed to Michigan and Benjamin for their year-end field trip. So they'll have a blast there. And thank you to PTO as well, and some local families and things for all the donations they got to our kids that really needed the help to get there. So they get these opportunities to leave this area and see more places. Next Wednesday for us on the 3rd is our honors assembly, so if you've got kids in my building, you should have gotten an invite today. At 8 a.m., our 5th and 6th graders are going to have it in the gym, and then at 9 o'clock, our 7th and 8th graders, so if you have a moment to come and see all the great things. The nice thing about the honors assembly is not just academics, it's it's about recognizing kids connecting to our school. Like again, be it through sports, theater group, anything they do for Delton, we want to honor them. So again, not just great grades, but being just good community members. And last, I just want to say congrats to all of our retirees this year. In my building, we have Mark, Denise, and Heidi that are all retiring, but I wanted to take a moment for this guy right here to say thank you. It's weird, it was about this time 2 years ago where we had the phone and it got locked in there, and when you say do a job, embodies it, do a job. I say myself, we all got the job, and they're kind of very similar, like, hey, we need you,
Yeah.
can you do it? And he said yes, and from there on, again, even this summer, last summer when we were talking about it, when we were up in Grand Rapids, living a legacy, I think you did that. I think for me, it's been great getting to know you through these last few years, but really these last 2 years as we've been meeting and doing all this work together and seeing what it means to be a Delton Kellogg Panther. You embody that. For my heat and my passion is his compassion and his love for this place. So whenever I'm on a 10 and I'm going, just think of the people, think of the community, think of these kids. That's where he's always been. Every time I've ever had a conversation with Jim, it's all about this place.
Absolutely.
And I want to thank you for not only being a great leader, a great friend, but a great man. And everything you've done for this place, you'll be missed. I know we'll still see you around, but again, it's been my privilege to get to know you and to work side by side with you these last few years, man. So congratulations.
Talk, right?
Yep.
Super sweet words. You've already heard some of what I wanted to say from other folks. And so I'll throw some dittos in there on Jennifer and Chris and Tiffany and the way they carry the load at the high school through that month. Unless you've seen it happening, you really can't fully understand the magnitude of all the different voices coming and the deadlines and the details. And if you're wrong, one little thing. So like we caught one misspelled second middle name of a graduate. And so you should have seen that team, like I said, 45 minutes before graduation, reprinting, refolding, and pulling out the insert to make sure that Dennis didn't come through as Denise or whatever it was. So just so appreciate their work, their support. When I first got this, I said, I don't know what I'm doing, keep me off the front page of the newspaper. And they've done that, so I appreciate it. I am going to talk a little bit about, like, kind of what Darryl was talking about. Another example of what I've been saying, even going back to the counseling office, is we need to make our learning real and relevant for our kids. And for as long as I've been there, it feels like we've been talking about becoming a destination district. So all these things that are happening, we need to continue to advertise and hype it and grow it and continue to move forward like we are. So it's an exciting time in Delton. In the past couple of weeks, we've had, like you heard, the senior tribute. Can't say enough about DKEF and that group and those of you who support it and participate in their fundraisers, all of the stuff, because I mean, I think that's probably unheard of, that level of support, that financial impact for our kids from a small community and like a relatively small group of people that are leading that charge. So thank you to Marcia and your group. You would know the numbers better than I would, but somewhere pushing 200 grand for our kids. In addition to that, we had announced that our kids received close to $4 million in offers. You saw Blake stand up for getting $500,000. What that means is if he gets, typically the kids that apply to a lot of places, if you get 20 grand from Central and Western and Michigan State, and it's renewable, we count that up, and it's times the 4 years, so it is a big number. But what we want our kids to recognize is that if you'll put in the time, and you can, those opportunities are here in small town down Kellogg, and they'll find you and they'll give you some money if you can continue to move forward and like play the application game, quite honestly. So that was a fun time. The grad walk is always fun to watch the emotion of kids. Kids, the only emotion I've seen in many cases is hard or angry, are suddenly, like honestly, like wiping tears as they walk through the elementary building and they're seeing their little sibling or cousin or seeing an old teacher who's hugging on them and congratulating them. So that's always a sweet moment. And a ton of fun to be a part of. So it's been a fun couple weeks. And what I don't get to do, I mean, our kids come and like, come on, Mr. Hogan, can we do something? Like, where's the trip to Chicago or the beach or the fun run and running through we got exams. So it's a little different than high school. Yeah, they're still working hard to get what they can do to continue to try to earn credits and elevate their scores and things like that. So that's been, sometimes it's a little bit of a push to, well, some of them will check out because they feel like they're at a place where they can't get the credit. And so trying to keep them engaged and behaving is sometimes a challenge. Looking at you right there, I just want to kudos to the band. They've been very active. You didn't make me think of the band, you made me think of Maggie. But obviously she's been with parades and performances, graduation. So that's been really nice to have them continue to give back to the community. Those kids put in a lot of time. And if they were, I didn't see them marching, if they're marching in their uniforms when it was 80-something degrees.
Yeah.
That's rough. Talk a little bit about sports. Greg couldn't be here, but boys regional golf today. Our guys qualified by finishing in the top 3. I think there were 20-some teams there. And so they move on to the state finals next June 5th and 6th, I think. It's at Bedford Valley, so no overnight stay. Save a little money there. Don't have to send them up to Big Rapids. Grady Madison, Carter Brickley, Jason Marshall were all top 8, which makes them regional medalists. Ty Holland was our 4th golfer who posted a score to help secure that trip. He played well also. Next week, baseball, softball districts for Saturday. We have 4 kids going to state track championship this week. I didn't write them down, but I think it's Isabel Gruber, Matt Landon, Nick Moody, and maybe Ryan Sinclair.
Yes.
Is that right? Sound right? Yeah. Summer sports camp is coming. I think Kevin already had his girls basketball camp, a 4-person workout, so we'll be busy around here with athletes continuing to be on campus. Roman has really enjoyed this. I'm a little surprised he's not here because he was bugging me the last 2 weeks, like, do I get to name my successor? Can I have a last moment? So that's been a cool thing. I think that's a nice, another little way to get kids connected. I'll be talking about all the things that kids are doing that we're trying to honor, which is why we do that at graduation. NHS stand-ups, the concert stand-ups, Dr. Wright's idea that he brought from Playwell. I do think it's a nice way to get many, many kids from robotics, quiz bowl, state champions, academically gifted, musically gifted, whatever, to at least have that moment to stand up and get a clap. So that's pretty cool. Just really proud of this place. Like Bobby said, it's been a fun place to be. I do love this place, and I love it the moment we got here. Maybe you've heard this story, but Bonnie was working someplace else, our girls were in a different district, and it took me about 6 weeks to say we gotta all get here. So it's been a fun community to raise my kids, and they're doing fantastic. They're both wildly successful, and I feel like that was a big part of that, so thank you for that. I also feel good about the last 2+ years. And again, it's not about the high school leadership, but this team, his leadership, your support, community support. I mean, if you make a list of the things that are new and good at Delton, from Ignite Lab, where we have $500,000 worth of equipment, kids are earning industry certifications. What if this new Google thing comes, that's another piece of that. But think about work-based learning, EMT class, expanding allied health, a new simulation lab, return of robotics, future problem issue educators, the growth of CTE, our ag science and FFA, return and growth. We're adding another AP course next year at government. If I do nothing else, I think the 4 teachers that were hired in these last few years in Bustia, Troutman, Chemistry, and Bronkhorst are absolute rock stars. Adding Cameron Kukuro. So I'm excited about the work moving forward that is, again, something we talk about all the time. But between Dr. Ann and Dr. Wright, like, I just feel like the leadership is not letting those things fall by the wayside. So when you talk about alignment or curriculum growth and those changes, those things are happening. We've got some momentum, but we also now have some sustainability. We have the push to continue, and we've got the leadership that's making that happen, including this admin team moving forward. Super excited for that. We were ahead of the state. We're getting phones out of the building. Next step that I would like to see, maybe this is the time to say it, one-to-one devices. I think our kids have too much screen time. That's a suggestion I would make as we move forward. And then I feel like our kids have had a ton of fun. Our basketball games, volleyball games, football games, like the environment has been positive. Kids are like engaging together. It's not a perfect place, but I would stack our student body and the experience they have, the camaraderie they have. We don't have a ton, we've got issues, right? But we don't have a ton of stuff that we're dealing with every day. When you talk to other folks in other districts or colleagues or coaches that I know who are dealing with like lots of ugly stuff every day. So love this place. Appreciate those words. Appreciate all of you. I don't know that I'll be here in June for a board meeting. So that's my report.
Perfect. Well, we thank you for what you've done for us, and certainly appreciate you stepping in when we needed somebody to do it. And a lot of those things you said, a lot coming from somebody who's been here as many years as you have. So you've been through a lot of different administrations and staff members and stuff. So it does mean a lot. We appreciate your leadership of that and the stability that created for us. And
Thank you for taking the risk.
I used to do a job with my kids. As much as they don't like it sometimes, it's good for us. So we say it a lot in our house, so that's going to keep on carrying on, I think, obviously, for many people. So start something good with that.
It's going to happen because I'm going to paint it on the wall for it.
Good job.
Well, thank you very much.
Yep.
All right, Delton Kellogg Education Foundation, Marcia.
Right, so at our meeting, we did a little, first of all, we had planned all of our scholarships and the outcome of that. It's ended up being a great event once again, and some really fantastic kids and gave away a lot of money, so that was exciting. We actually had some last minute donors too, and we were able to pivot. Somebody came up and said, hey, I want to give $1,000 to a kid who's going to be a teacher. And it's like 3 days before the event, but you know what? We figured it out and we awarded it. So, again, the generosity of this community is just amazing. Then we did talk about the gala that we had and the success there. And we've already planned our next year event. We're going to have it on April 15th. And we are going to Bay Point next year. So new venue, new fun, similar format. It just was a lot of money to go to the Gilmore County Museum, unfortunately. And this is a fundraiser. And so we're going to go to a location still in the county, but allows us to, raise a little bit more money. And this was great. We're going to take a little different tack. So anyways, that's all set up for next year. We're meeting with them next week. And then we had, went around and talked to all the teachers and said, hey, we got a lot of money left. Well, they came out. So we had $50,000 and $32,000 worth of requests. But the good news is that we start with a whole new pot of money in the fall. So we didn't really have to say no to anybody. What we did was we said yes for the spring. There were some people we needed to get some more information on, so they got, send some more information. And then some were yes for the fall, right? You get through it, now you just won't see the money until the fall. So we were happy to see that much response there. We got some really amazing grants out there. I think there were 15 or 17, I don't know if you remember, Jeremy. But something we are going to do next year, we do 22, thank you. We are going to do something next year for the leadership. We have a new platform that will be coming out for the applications for the grants. We want to teach our administrators how to look at these grants so that when they come to us, they can be approved. So we had a few that we had to kick back, and they were things, this wasn't signed, or we needed more detail on this, or whatever. We'd like our building administrators to know how to look at those so that when they come to us, they're clean, they can go right through, there are no delays. We don't like to kick them back for more answers. So we're gonna do a little training next year, and so we think that will help. And I think that was it for Delton. Or no, that was it for DKN. Do you have anything to do about myself?
Sure.
Okie dokie. So tomorrow morning at 10:30 in the morning, you will see go live that we did receive a grant for the pocket park. And so that's all approved. So if you don't know what the pocket park, or if you get carrots, you can flip pictures around, there's some pictures. So the little alleyway that's between the local grind and Heroes, we are putting in pavers and parachutes and tea lights and tables. So that will go through, you can hand that around. And then we're putting in a community backyard right behind that. So you go through that, and all of a sudden you walk into the back and you will see the community backyard where we're putting in trees, we're putting in fire pits and cornhole and tables and parking and fences and all that. And so we got a grant from the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, and it's called a crowdfunding grant. So what that means is that if we raise $25,000, they match $25,000. So we were gonna apply for about 18 grand, and so about 36 grand, and they said, why are you leaving money on the table? Make it a better place. So we had landscaping and all kinds of stuff to make it a beautiful place to be. And so whatever we raise, they will match. So go live tomorrow morning at 10:30. We've got this, we have a little fundraiser June 7th at the local grind, just kind of kick things off. And she'll have a little coffee and pastries and all that good stuff, just to kind of get it going. And we have 2 months where it will be live. And so it's an online thing. And Marie Pierce and I developed the website. It's really cool. You can give $10, you can give $500. You can just go out there and give whatever you want to give. And they think we're going to be super successful because this is the kind of project that, that I think, this town will support. And like I said, you can give $10 and they will match $10. So,
When you say go live, can you just explain, is that a website?
yes.
GoLive.com?
Oh, no, it's through Patronicity, and we will put a link on all of our.
Oh, got
they help us
All on the
with
group
our-
sites?
Yeah, it'll be on our Facebook page, they do all of marketing, I'll let you know, Jeremy and Daryl, whatever we can get to the school for that part. But they, I'll say, control all that, they give us all that, and it's pretty slick. But yeah, they did a pocket park in Kalamazoo, and they overshot what they were raising for that, so we're not the first ones to do pocket park.
You said go behind the local grind?
It's gonna be between the
backyard.
local grind and behind the local grind. So there's a pocket park and a community backyard.
The pocket park is the alley between the two
buildings.
in the back. Now, I have a question. Are we to the point of, are we gonna do online auction for the stuff that
Yes,
was left?
that will start about the second week of June.
Okay.
So do we have to get that all loaded? So we are loading up photos and it'll be like a Amazon Marketplace kind of thing. People can go out and bid on special items that we did not put in the regular auction.
And that's
So
totally
stay
separate from the subject.
Yeah, stay tuned. And that money will go to all the nonprofits in Delton. Yeah, so they got to get that loaded.
Awesome, thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right, B, personnel resignations. Amber May, middle school game coordinator, Brittany Moon, daycare assistant, Susan Renee, special education writing teacher, Lisa Ludwig, teacher, academic specialist, Mary McFadden, high school teacher. Retirement, Peggy Taylor, food service, Denise Engel, middle school paraprofessional, Heidi Tyner, middle school teacher, Michelle Green, district secretary. Moving on to consent agenda. Approval of previous meeting minutes from April 28th, 2026, regular board meeting. And approval of May 11th, 2026, financial report, which is March bills. Approval of the support staff appointments and reassignments, Corey Spencer, middle school football coach, Lily Can, daycare assistant, Hannah Belango, daycare assistant. Reassignments include Shannon Bells, elementary paraprofessional hired for the elementary behavioral specialist, and then fall 26 coaches, which are Zoe Reynolds, varsity sideline cheer, Corinthia Pinks, varsity sideline cheer assistant, Riley Lovell, middle school sideline cheer, football varsity, Brooke Smith, head coach, Jason Porter, assistant coach, Raymond St. Anne, assistant coach, junior varsity, Rod Reynolds is the head coach, Adam May, assistant coach, middle school, Corey Spencer, head coach, Mike Smith, assistant coach, boys soccer, Cameron Kukuro, varsity boys soccer head coach, cross country, varsity, Dale Grimes, head coach, Katie Eagle, assistant coach, middle school, Michael Erzma, head coach, volleyball varsity, Aaron Thornton, head coach, junior varsity, Ellie Ferris, head coach, middle school, 8th grade is open, Sarah Mass, 7th grade head coach, Anna Bronckhurst, 6th grade head coach. And then, yeah, most of the fall season for most schools open, so. All right, the promotion support to approve the consent agenda is listed.
So,
Andy?
support.
Jesse? Mrs. Ackerman?
Aye.
Mrs. Forsythe?
Aye.
Mrs. Martin?
Aye.
Mr. Shaver?
Aye.
Mr. Stoneburner?
Aye.
I vote aye as well, motion is carried.
One absent.
Perfect. Alrighty, moving on to action items. Reassignments, Amber May, 5th grade teacher. Looking for motion of support to approve Amber May as a 5th grade teacher.
So,
Andy?
Support.
Kathy? Any discussion? She was the grow your own.
She's in her student teaching for this year, or next year, so.
Awesome.
Works out perfectly.
Carlson?
Yep.
Very true.
Any discussion? Mrs. Forsythe?
Aye.
Mrs. Ackerman?
Aye.
Mrs. Martin?
Aye.
Mr. Shaver?
Aye.
Mr. Stoneburner?
Aye.
I vote aye as well, motion is carried.
One absent.
Cameron Kugaro, high school social studies teacher. Looking for motion support to approve Cameron Kugaro as the high school social studies teacher.
So moved.
Kelly?
support.
Jesse? Any discussion? Mr. Shaver?
Aye.
Mr. Stoneburner?
Aye.
Mrs. Martin?
Aye.
Mrs. Forsythe?
Aye.
Mrs. Ackerman? Mrs. Ackerman?
Aye.
Motion is carried.
One absent.
Approval of the BISD general fund operating budget for the 26-27 school year. Looking for motion support to approve BISD general fund operating budget as listed.
So,
Andy?
Support.
Kathy? Any discussion or questions on that? That is in there as well. Mrs. Martin?
Aye.
Mr. Stoneburner?
Aye.
Mr. Shaver?
Aye.
Mrs. Forsythe?
Aye.
Mrs. Ackerman?
Aye.
I vote aye as well, motion is carried.
One absent.
C, approval of middle school new courses. Looking for motion support to approve the middle school new courses as listed.
so,
Andy?
support.
Jesse? Any discussion? Excited to see those being extended down and
Yeah,
get
it'd be
the
a good
information
thing.
earlier. I think it could use utilize those programs a lot more
Yes.
as they move up. So as we build those programs, it's a good move.
Is that the 6th and 7th that's gonna start at the high school?
Yeah, 7th and 8th graders.
7th and 8th, yeah.
Good deal. Mr. Shaver?
Aye.
Mrs. Martin?
Aye.
Mr. Stoneburner?
Aye.
Mrs. Forsythe?
Aye.
Mrs. Ackerman? I vote aye as well, motion is carried.
One absent.
D, approval of the 26-27 DPPD plan. Looking for motion support to approve the 26-27 DPPD plan as listed.
So, support.
Kathy and Andy. Any discussion? Mrs. Ackerman? Mrs. Martin?
Aye.
Mrs. Forsythe?
Aye.
Mr. Shaver?
Aye.
Mr. Stoneburner?
Aye.
I vote aye as well, motion is carried.
One absent.
E, approval of the MHSAA annual membership renewal. Looking for motion support to approve the MHSAA annual membership renewal as listed. Kelly?
Support.
Jesse? Any discussion, questions? Mrs. Forsythe?
Aye.
Mrs. Ackerman?
Aye.
Mrs. Martin?
Aye.
Mr. Shaver?
Aye.
Mr. Stoneburner? I vote aye as well, motion is carried.
One absent.
F, approval of probationary teacher non-renewal Natasha DeYoung. Looking for motion support to approve the probationary teacher non-renewal Natasha DeYoung as listed.
So,
Andy?
Support.
Kelly? Any discussion? Mr. Shaver?
aye.
Mr. Turner?
Aye.
Mrs. Martin?
Aye.
Mrs. Forsythe?
Aye.
Mrs. Ackerman?
Aye.
I vote aye as well, motion is carried.
One absent.
G, approval of safe routes to school. Looking for motion support to approve the safe routes to school as listed.
So,
Andy?
support.
Jesse? Any discussions or questions? This is what we talked about last time with Marcia. It is.
You should have all the information we emailed it.
Mr. Stoneburner?
Aye.
Mr. Shaver?
Aye.
Mr. Martin?
Aye.
Mrs. Forsythe?
Aye.
Mrs. Ackerman?
Aye.
I vote aye as well, motion carried.
One absent.
All right, that completes our action items. This is hearing of individuals and delegations related to board meeting agenda or school issues. Speakers are requested to state their names and addresses and abide by the 3-minute limit. Anybody here to speak to the board?
I have 2 items, please, Mr. Bass, so we don't want to quickly direct. Ryla, are we all set with Ryla? We've got 5 kids for Ryla camp, you think? Is there anything more I need to follow up on?
Not that I know of,
Okay, because we need.
3 8th graders.
3 8th graders, 2 high schoolers.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, Corey.
Corey's got that all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Tess is working on the others.
okay, so I think we're all set, good, because we want to fill that, it's a great opportunity. And then, this also went out to everybody, this Youth Quest, June 5th through the 7th. This is a program through United Way, Leadership Erie County. It's, over the weekend camp, $25 for kids to go over the weekend. It's a huge opportunity. They're going into 10th, 11th, and 12th grades. I don't know, it's just coming up in the next week or so,
Just throw it at Jim, there's nothing else.
what'd you say?
Just throw it at Jim.
Yeah, we've been checking
Have you been chatting, okay, I know, I had a senior junior day, because I thought, well, there's some parents here, maybe they would get their kids to go, but I think that's a huge opportunity, so, okay, thanks, that's all I got.
Thank you. Any comments from board trustees before we?
Of course I will.
Yes.
Oh, Andy.
You seem excited.
I am.
I hate to do this because I don't like to lengthen our meetings, but I'm gonna piggyback on what Bobby talked about. And, from the time I was on the board, Jim has been here. And, I didn't really know him that well. He seems like an alright guy. My kids went through middle or elementary with him as a counselor, and then in high school, my second oldest one had some struggles, junior, senior year, and I got to know Jim quite well that year, whether I wanted to or not. But just a tremendous man of faith and an encouragement to me. And then there was a day that I got the call that she had left the school and had run away. Didn't know where she was, and that evening happened to have, I tried to remember what it was, but I think it was middle school volleyball parent meeting. Tracy's beside herself. So I'm up there, and Jim's there. He comes up after, got any news? Or something like that. I said, well, the cops were following her cell phone. And I said, well, last we know, she was headed toward Chicago. And the look on his face was not the look of a counselor. It was not the look of a school employee. It was the look of somebody that cared.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good man.
Appreciate it. Hard person to replace.
Yeah. Good.
I'll say something else. Let's go.
Yeah, that's what it's getting a little.
All right, well, I've said it before, and this is probably the last time I can say it. So, my son, really from the get-go, was, was quirky, and Jim always made time for him, and he always thought Mr. Bogaboom was all that. And right from the he was in preschool, and he mimicked, people. He didn't really make conversations, he just would copy them. And somebody ahead of us, it was a teacher, said, "Morning, Jim." And then Alex, this little 2-year-old, he goes, "Morning, Jim." I'll never forget exactly where we were standing. And it was the funniest thing. But from the get-go, Jim was, he was a wonderful counselor to both my children, but to Alex especially. He would call him from the office because he took over an hour to get his boots and snow pants off when he was in 2nd grade. And there came a point where okay, we can't undress him and dress him every day. He's more than able to do it, he just didn't want to. So Jim would page down from the office just to say, wonder are you gonna have your coat off before I get to the classroom? And that was pretty much the deal they had, and I don't know if the other kids even knew what was going on, but Alex just, and he would just make sure before, and I think we realized after the first week, he never even went to the classroom, but it was enough to get him going. And he had to earn so many days, this is later in another year, to have he earned a trip to go see a basketball game for his teacher's husbands. He coached at, I don't even know what school it was in Kalamazoo, Lloyd Norris or something like that.
Oh, Kristen's, yeah.
Yeah. And Jim actually called, I think, Kristen's phone and had Alex get on the phone. It's a Friday night to just say, "I'm so proud of you for earning this trip to go." Anyway, I was talk about going above and beyond, and it's those little things that that's literally 20 years ago that he will never forget, and just really, and the way that you called out all the seniors for everything, not just academics, not just sports, it was clubs, and it was going into the service. It was, you found something that everybody fit into, and I just love that you called them out, whether they chose to stand up or not. They knew they were being recognized, and I just thought that was pretty awesome too. So anyway, he is going to be very hard to replace, and I absolutely love you, Mr. Holden.
Kind words, thank you, both of you, all of you. Been a great honor. Great place.
Thank you.
Now said.
I'd appreciate it,
I thought you were talking.
Yeah, there's a reason we're on the end here.
Anybody else?
Good.
Well, thank you. I hope you realize the impact you left here, and you should be proud of the career you had. So, thanks for everything.
Oh, he'll be at the next meeting.
I was gonna say.
Future meetings will be next month here at 7 p.m. Tuesday, June 16th, right up here. We're going to take a short break, and then we're going to go into closed session to discuss negotiations with Dr. Wright. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
Yes.
I remember also sitting there. Bonnie recognized him because I was looking at her.